Hello everybody! Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be cleaning and conditioning my REAX jacket. REAX? Yeah? I don't know how to say it. Nonetheless, we're going to be cleaning the jacket. I've had this jacket for a couple of years. I've conditioned it and cleaned it a few times, but it's definitely due for a cleaning. So the things that you're going to need today are conditioners. So I just have this general leather cleaner, so there's a cleaner and a conditioner. So what we're going to do today is wipe down everything with the cleaner, the entire jacket. I'm not going to do the inside. It doesn't need to be cleaning. It still smells fine. But if you do need to clean the inside of a jacket, you can spray it down, just get some damp cloth and just wipe everything down from that standpoint. Some jackets you can actually remove the liners. I can't with mine, but it doesn't need the cleaning anyway, so I'm going to ignore that part. So we're just focusing on the outside. What I'm also going to be doing is trying to clean off these scuffs. I've had these scuffs on this jacket for a very long time. I got this scuff by bumping into a wall, and I guess it pulled off some of the paint. And the only thing that I found that actually works is nail polish remover. Now this is really, really harsh on your leather and on your jacket, so you want to be very, very conservative with how much you use on this. I've already tried it a little bit on the corner cuff here, and you can see it's kind of taken out some of the shine, so it's gotten much more matte. So obviously this is going to damage the leather, it's going to really dry it out. So hopefully with the conditioner we're going to bring some of that leather back to life, but we're also going to be able to get rid of these scuffs. So first, let's go ahead and try and get rid of these scuffs. So I'm just going to get a Q-tip, soak it in some nail polish remover. Again, you want to use as little as possible to get the job done. See, it comes right off with the nail polish remover. And you can see how black it's getting. You can see there is some discoloration going on, but I think it's going to overall look better than the white scuffs. It won't be too easy to notice the discoloration there. And hopefully with the conditioner being added back in, it will blend everything out. Just get a little bit there. Let's hit this part again. All right. So you can still see there's some smudging there. So let's go ahead and try that one again. Okay, so you can see there's some discoloration there. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But let's go ahead and now start cleaning. You can see I've got bugs, I've got dirt and grime all over this. So follow the recommendations of cleaning the jacket if your jacket does come with cleaning instructions. Alternatively, follow the instructions on your cleaner. So for this, we're going to take this, dab a bit onto a cloth, and by the way, these came with the cleaner. And then you want to just start applying the cleaner all across the jacket. Now, if you want to, sometimes I've seen folks, what they'll do is they'll take some distilled water and a damp cloth and then just kind of do a once over on the jacket to kind of get all the surface grime off before using just conditioner. And that should be fine as long as you let the jacket completely dry out before you add any conditioner. You definitely do not want to add conditioner while the jacket is still wet, because that will actually trap in the moisture into the jacket, and leather is porous and it is organic. So that means that if it is exposed to excessive moisture and it becomes overly saturated, then you run the risk of getting mold on your jacket or on your other leather gear. It doesn't have to just specifically be your jacket. You want to maintain the condition of your gear, your jackets, whatever, because if the gear starts to erode, degrade, whatever, then it's not going to be as effective in protecting you. So for jackets, in this example, you want to maintain it and condition it so that way, one, it maintains its look, so it's going to look good. But two, in the event I go down, fingers crossed I never have to do that, but in the event I do go down, the leather aspect of the jacket is going to do a better job of protecting me and not immediately just breaking down. If it was dry and cracked, it wouldn't be able to protect me in the same way as if it was well conditioned. So here I'm just going in circles, applying the cleaner all around the jacket. And you can kind of see the difference between the one on the left and the one on the right. So this is now cleaned off. This is still dry, obviously, but we haven't even applied any conditioner. Not to beleaguer the point, reapply the cleaner as necessary. And I'm being a bit more vigorous on the front because you're going to pick up more dirt, grime, salt, bugs, grease, whatever from the road on the front as you ride versus the back. So I'm being a bit more thorough on the front and a bit more aggressive. And make sure you just don't oversaturate again with cleaner. This is leather, you don't want to oversaturate it. You just want to apply a quarter-sized, dime-sized amount to your rag, to your cloth, to your sponge, whatever you got, and then just go to town. All right, so that's the left side. Let's go to the right side. One thing to also keep in mind is if you are buying a new cleaner, one that you are not familiar with or one that you have not tested on a piece of gear, you may want to spot test it first just to make sure that it won't discolor your gear or do anything funky with it. So when I first bought these products, I tested it out on a more hidden part of the jacket. I think I just did it in like the back corner behind the straps. So when I first tested it, I think I tested it back here and it still looked fine and everything. So I went ahead and started using it and it's worked ever since. Oh, we got another scuff here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that first. Okay, so if you wipe it off immediately, it doesn't seem to leave any stains or residue. So maybe that's the secret. And you want to maintain your gear every so often. Use your best judgment. I haven't done this in a few months on my jacket, so I probably do. But if you live in conditions where there's a lot of salt on the road, or you get a lot of dirt, a lot of moisture, then you may want to think about conditioning your gear more often. But for me, generally, the conditions aren't ever too bad. The roads don't ever really get salted. So for me, it's mostly just bugs. Bugs and some moisture here and there, but that's about it. Nothing too severe. Okay, that's looking pretty good for the front. So let's go ahead and flip the jacket over and do the back. The back, you don't have to be as vigorous with the cleaning. There's not going to be as much dirt or grime or anything else on the back. So this one, you don't have to be as careful in terms of cleaning. Conditioning, though, I would say you should spend a bit more time because you can see how the shoulder areas and the areas where there's a lot more movement get much more worn in. Conditioning, yes, spend a good amount of time here. But cleaning, not as much, not as necessary. So that'll about do it for cleaning the jacket. So the instructions on the cleaner just say to wipe it down. So wipe away foam and dirt with a damp cloth, towel dry. To complete leather treatment, follow conditioner. And then this one says shake bottle, apply with sponge. And so it doesn't say anything about letting it dry, but I'm gonna let it sit here for a bit. I'm gonna hang it up on a nice hanger. So get yourself a nice wide hanger. I'm gonna hang up the jacket, let it dry for probably 24 hours, or maybe the end of the day, maybe 12 hours. Let's see how it looks, because like before, you don't want to apply conditioner while the jacket or the leather is moist, because you could encourage molding and the leather to break down. So I'm gonna let it dry before I apply the conditioner, and then we will be back later.
Till the very next day. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back. So more than 24 hours have passed, and so now the jacket is all nice and dry. No cleaner, no moisture, nothing else is on there. So now it's time to apply the conditioner. So same thing as before, just apply some of the conditioner to your cloth, to your rag, to your sponge, whatever you got. And then go ahead and start applying it. Rub in circles, don't apply too much. And the process is pretty much the same. You're gonna apply it everywhere there's leather. Give it a few moments and wipe off any excess conditioner. Again, you don't want to oversaturate. You just want to apply a nice even layer. Give the leather a chance to absorb it, and then wipe off anything else. All right, and that's gonna be pretty much it. So I'm gonna give this a few minutes to sit and then just wipe down any excess. So I'll take the clean side of this and then just give it a wipe down. Then all you gotta do is hang up the jacket, again, let it dry, give it some time for the conditioner to really set in, and you're good to go. So again, depending on how often, what type of weather you are in, how often you're using your gear, if you're riding in rain or if it gets a lot of grease or salt or whatever on your gear, you may need to condition it more often. But for me, once every few months seems to work fairly well. You can see where there was originally scuffs on the elbows. Those seem to be pretty gone. I can't easily tell where those scuffs were. You can see a little bit of an outline on the shoulder, but definitely less obvious than before. One thing I'm curious is if rubbing alcohol would have done better. It might not have been as harsh and severe on the leather, but otherwise it seems to have worked pretty well. So if you have any questions or comments or ideas of how this could have been done better, or if there's any other considerations that you make for your gear, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.